Hello seekers, welcome to another episode. This is different. This is kind of a, a kind of a knowledge sharing video for you. Let's talk more about 11th house, but in a very different way. 11th house is always considered to be Labhasthan. That means house of gains. But what kind of gains are we talking about? And we all blame Trik Bhav, the 6th, 8th and 12th house, for all the wrongdoings of our life, all the problems and obstacles. But do you realize that the Trik Bhav has a very strong connection to the 12th house, especially the 6th and the 12th house? Let's discuss more on that. Try to watch this video with an open mind and try to watch this video beyond material gains. This is a more than what Maya can offer you. You're watching Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Please subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon, click the all notifications so that you get notified when I upload a video. And also by the notifications, you can stay connected with me. You can also connect with me on Reels, on Instagram, or on Telegram, or on Twitter. All the links are in the description box below. And for consultations, please drop me an email. Let's start a brief introduction on what really is 11th house. 11th house is often called as Labhasthan, or a house where you will get a lot of positivity. That is true. 11th house is the only house where the inputs are there but not the output. So definitely 11th house has the potential of giving you rather than taking things away. But 11th house can also be a house of misery, a house of sadness, a house of melancholy. Because what it gains, it gives you as gain, is nothing but problems. How? See, when you are focusing on only the material gains, the expression of the 11th house will be to give you material gains, right? But don't you think that all material gains are nothing but a loan? It's a kind of a debt on us. So 11th house is actually offering you a debt. Because whatever you extract, you will have to pay back this way or that way in one form or the other. It is all what you call as karmic debt. Today you extract more than necessary and then you may have to give it back. So if you don't give back to society what you gain, if you don't return what you take, because even the breath, the food, the air, everything is on loan. It's like we take a loan from the Mother Earth. So 11th house is actually higher loans. Now let's connect 11th house with 6th house. 6th house is basically your debts, your disputes, and if you see, it is 8th from the 11th. So definitely whatever gains you will get, if 6th house is stronger than the 11th house, it is going to eat away a portion of it, and effectively the gains becomes reduced. The gains are reduced and you get less. But go 6 places away from the 6th house, you will reach to the 11th house. Imagine a planet, imagine 6th lord sitting in the 11th house. This is the Bhavat Bhavam position. So 6th from 6th is Labh. How do you see? If Labh is positive, it is the disease to disease, end of disease. On the negative side, it is higher order disease or greater the problem, and in order to solve that problem, when you face the problem, you end up proving yourself, and when you end up proving yourself, you create a elite space, a niche space for you, which in turn gives you more gain. But then you will have to burn yourself, you will have to trade off something, you will have to give away something. It can be the time of your life, it can be relationships, it can be your health, it can be anything. And unless you give it away, unless you pay off, see, the role, the connection between 6 and 11 is the same thing between income and your EMIs. There are fixed EMIs, karmic EMIs in our life, and if you don't pay off, your gains will become poison. It will become so toxic that you won't be able to resist, and there will be forced changes in your life. There will be forced events that either will bring you diseases and your money will be washed off, or some way or the other you will start losing money unless you choose to give. Now, I'm not saying that you should earn to give. That's a very wrong concept. But when you're earning, when your stomach is full, when your family is happy, when you have everything, and when you know that your requirements are easily fulfilled, then you should start thinking about returning to the society, returning to the nation, returning to your the people who work for you, there has to be a certain donation going that way. Now, why I'm talking about money? Because the material expression of 11th house is money, your salary, your income, your properties, everything. Also, if you see the 12th house, the another Trik Bhav, dangerous house, loss. But if you see, that is second from 11th. So that means money is not supposed to be kept in the pocket. Rather than money, the role of money is to be on roll. It always has to keep on rolling. There has to be constant exchange. Sometimes you buy things, sometimes you save. Even when you save, you invest, because if you save money in your bank, that is a technical number on a software, but bank actually reinvest that money and give it to somebody else. You can withdraw, but again there are limitations. So you can see there is always in some or the other way, the money keeps on rolling. If you hoard the money, then the 12th house will get triggered and the loss will come. But what is the positive expression of the 12th house? To donate, to share, to give things where you can make others happy. It can be anything. It can be simply $1, 1 rupee, to millions of dollars and millions of trillions of rupees. That's totally okay. It is all about your own capacity, your own intention. And when you do that, 12th from 12th is 11th. Loss of loss. That is a positive way to look at it. You will recover money, you will gain more money, or higher losses. If you stop energy exchange in the 11th house, if you don't pay off the karmic loans, if you are not fulfilling your duties, say you have financial obligation and duties, but you're not doing it, then you are actually blocking your 11th house. 6th house will be triggered, 12th house will be triggered, and that is going to further put pressure on the 11th house. And which is the other house that get affected when the 11th house gets affected? It's the second house, your savings, your values of life. Sometimes you have to trade off the values in order to earn money. What do you think? Where does it come from? It comes from the 6th and 12th triggers. It's a chain reaction. It won't happen in a day. It may take years to execute itself, but it does. This is the theme. This is the flow of horoscope. So if 11th house has a blessing, if you have strong Ashtak work score in the 11th house, if your 11th house is strong, then you are the one who will receive more. Enjoy your life, safeguard your future, but a fraction should also be shared. Sharing is caring. We all know that. Amount doesn't matter. Intent matters. It's what your intention is. And coming to the most dangerous and feared Trik Bhav, the 8th house, house of death, it's a house of transformation. Now, to understand happiness of any bhava, happiness of house, you have to see 4 places away. That is where the contentment comes from. That's where the peace comes from. That's where the happiness comes from. And to the surprise, 4th from 8th is 11th house. So 11th house is basically happiness of your 8th house. So if your 11th house gets corrupted or choked, 8th house becomes unhappy. And 8th house is the house of transformation. And then things get triggered from the 8th house. And 8th house is always about unsaid event, undefined events, surprises. It can be negative surprises. And with respect to 8th house, 2nd house is 7th, right in front, which is basically your savings. So don't underestimate the power of 11th house. The material angle of 11th house is very small. The spiritual angle is very high. 11th house is actually connected to Trik Bhava more than you can expect. But if you choke your 11th house, if there is no energy exchange, if you gain, if you don't give it back, if you don't share, if you don't return the favor, then the 11th house is going to explode and create, and the entire Trik Bhav, not one, but all 3 will trigger. And you can imagine when all the 3 Trik Bhav gets triggered, what happens to all the positive houses? Trik Bhava is basically a kind of placement which goes against your trine. 6, 8 and 12, especially 8 and 12th house, which is 12th from your 9th and 12th from your 1st house. So this is the basic connection that you can see from house to house relation between 11th house, the gain, which is not talking about absolute gain, which is not a gain that you can simply hoard and It is just for you. We all are coming on this planet for a very short period of time compared to the astronomical scale, and for that we take a loan, just a loan of breath, air, everything is on loan. So at least we can show respect by sharing and reducing burden of fellow travelers on this life, on this planet. That was a message. I just wanted to share this message. Let me know how you feel. We'll meet in the next video. Please subscribe, stay connected. This is yours, Punneit. Namaste.